Hello, my dear friends. Today I was talking with one friend and suddenly she explained to me about other yogi, other person who was suffering in a way, suffering from different physical problems and problems in the chakras and all that. And he was very unhappy because he tried, to solve the problems and to cure oneself. And basically he was a little bit depressed because it didn't work out somehow. I mean, he was for a long time trying to solve the problems. And chatting with that friend, it just came into the conversation that actually, who is the one who wants to solve the problems in us? We have always problems. This is part of the human life. It's the nature, the creation, it has changes, it's changing all the time. You have the night and you have the day. You have the heat and then you have the cold. All changes. Always moving, evolving, changing. And in us, in the human, you can say soul, how the energy changes in us. It produces different movements in us. And that movements take us to suffering, to expectations, to desires. But who in us want to solve the problems because of that changes? Who? Is that the pure desire in us, the Kundalini, who wants to just live in blessings? Is that truth? We have to be very honest with ourselves, because we can cheat ourselves if we want, but it's just only we are going to lose in that. Are we really, is really our spirit the one who wants to solve the problems in us? So, who in us wants the blessings? Who in us wants love, pure love? Who in us wants enlightenment? Who wants the enlightenment? Is that the Kundalini, the pure desire? Or is that the spirit who is already light and enlightenment? I don't think so. If I ask myself, I would say, this is just the ego. The ego just wants blessings. It wants, for a person who is a seeker, who is a spiritual seeking for oneself. So what he wants, that ego? He wants love, he wants peace, he wants satisfaction, he wants innocence, he wants collectivity, he wants forgiveness, he wants everything. Everything he wants. And he always is demanding and expecting what he wants. The seeker who is in that ego, knowingly or unknowingly, he asks for the blessing and he wait for the blessing. Please give me love, God. And he is waiting for the love. He has the expectations. But there is another question very important to ask ourselves. First, who is asking for blessings? For me, has to be the ego. Because Kundalini is already the light of God, is the energy of God, which is moving to bring God to Himself, to bring the Spirit to Himself in a way, to melt that ego with that illusion. So the energy Kundalini is already light. How she is going to ask for light? She is light. She is working for that. It's not the Kundalini. The Kundalini doesn't have expectations. She just moves. And she doesn't have, that thing of which is time. We ask for blessing and we want it now, or this year, or in this life. No, Kundalini just moves. She does the job and that's it. And bring the light, because she is light. And the spirit is already, not only the light, it's enlightenment. When the spirit is there, it just lights everything. So the spirit cannot ask for blessings. Who has to be? It is only our ego. And chatting with that friend, I try to, always my point of view is, in my experience, is in Sahaya Yoga, it is like, you can say, a journey. It's a journey. It's not always the same thing. It is a change, because in the journey, first you have to pass through one side, and then suddenly you move, and then you go to a new place, and then you keep moving in that journey to different places. And then how you walk, you learn that things, you change yourself, your view, your point of view, you can say, because you see different things. So Sahaya Yoga is not something fixed. No, it's something evolving. We have to be in that, you can say, river, evolving, changing, till we are able to drop everything and allow the spirit to realize or to watch himself and to identify with himself and drop that illusion we call ego. So, in Sahaya Yoga, when we started, we were little children, very little children. I see my case, I was completely destroyed, you can say. I remember when I was in front of Sri Mataji, my whole body was just crazy, you can say. The energy was absolutely, out of balance, and with so much dark energy, you can say, in us, that it was all coming out, and she was just clearing all of us. So at that moment, I say, or I feel, I was like a little baby. And then at that moment, the mother, first thing has to do is to clean the child, to, give the clothes to the child, give the food to the child. So at that moment, what mother was telling is, you have to clean yourself, you have to clean your chakras, you have to keep yourself balanced, you have to ask for the blessings. Because you need that. That was absolutely the truth at that moment. We needed that. And then after a few years, then when the years pass, then you keep doing the same thing, and you meditate and you ask for blessings in the different chakras, and you try to introspect and try to control in yourself what you think is right, what you think is not. And then you make that effort. Who is making the effort? The ego only. The spirit doesn't change. The spirit is always a spirit. It doesn't change. It's only pure existence. Contemplating, enjoying his presence, his awareness, his joy, and the energy from him, love. Like worshipping himself. That is Mother, the Shakti. Worshipping the ocean of existence. So, the spirit doesn't change. He's always just the same. So he doesn't need to change anything. But we were, in the beginning, in the first stage, trying to change ourselves to control our ego. Working with the ego in the ego, which is right in that moment, in the beginning, for the little children. So, after some time, after 10, 15 years, 18 years, 20 years, whatever we need as children, at that moment there has to be a change, a new place in that journey, where you have to make different things to achieve different things of what you achieved till that moment. And that moment is when I was chatting with that friend, and that friend feel a little bit, unhappy because, I'm trying, I'm doing, but this problem, it doesn't go, and that negativity is always here and there. So why? I told that friend, did you make introspection, did you ask yourself, why despite I'm asking and doing everything and all the treatments and all, why the problem is not going? Why? It's because I'm doing wrong. Maybe. Try to do better. And if it still doesn't work when you try to do perfect, why is not going the problem permanently? Once forever. Why? Maybe the energy is asking for you, or for us, to move to the next stage. And what is the next stage? We work on the ego with our ego, trying to control ourselves, to keep ourselves in balance, to keep ourselves pure. Working in the ego with the ego. We want the blessings, we expect the blessings, and we ask for that. Fine. And in the next stage, what we have to do? There is only one way. Only one. This is what I saw in Sri Mataji's talk, Nirvikalpa. Nirvikalpa is that new stage when all the problems goes permanently, not now and then after you come with the problem again, and then again you go up and down, no. You are fine with yourself all the time. So what you have to do? So in the talk, Sri Mataji said, there is only one way to achieve Nirvikalpa. Only one way is complete surrendering. Complete surrendering is the new thing we have to do. And surrendering, what is surrendering? Surrendering, we have to understand clearly what is surrendering. Surrendering is keep doing the same thing, means, look, mother, I have this problem, I surrender to you this problem. Take it away. Again the same. I have this problem, mother, in my navi or in my heart or in my visuddhi. I have this problem, please. I surrender to you, take it away, clean it from me. Is that surrendering? It is not surrendering for sure. Surrendering is accepting completely our cross. And this is a very good opportunity this moment in the Easter. We are just starting the Easter week. And Jesus Christ is the same Son of God that we are. Is the creation, is the Son of God. That creation. So, what Jesus Christ taught us in His life? He accepted the cross. Accepted the cross, and He went walking to the cross. And when he was there, He allowed the nails to go in His hands, and He rested in the cross. So that message, what that means for us, we are the brothers of Jesus Christ, because we are creation of God. We are the Son of God. All the creation is the Son of God. So what we have to do in this next stage to achieve Nirvikalpa, what is the complete surrendering? Is accepting our cross completely. Completely. And what is our cross? Is the pain that I feel here, I feel there, or I feel there. Accepting completely. Completely in love. Accepting in love for that being which is God, which is the pure existence, which is our own existence. Accepting all our cross. Whatever problem comes to us, the people around us that try to make something wrong to us, the problems with the money, with the matter, the problems with our body, or everything, accepting completely our cross. And what happens when you accept it? When you surrender finally? When you surrender, the energy of God is there, and He's just waiting for us to surrender. Open our hearts for the blessings. Because when you try to hold onto the blessings, you want the blessings, the ego wants the blessings. When you want that, you close your hands holding. I want this. I want my life to be like that. I want the people to treat me like that. Respect, consideration, love. People should love me. No one should attack me. I should have enough money. I should have enough this, enough that. Holding. You cannot receive. So to receive, to open your hands, you have to give yourself, accept your cross. And when you accept your cross all our life, at that moment, you open your hands and God is there. God is there. Do we believe that God is some personality that He wants to make us suffer? I don't think so. Whatever suffering we have to pass, or we can say whatever pain we have to pass, if we have to pass for some pain, that is part of our cross. And not even one drop extra will come in our life. Whatever pain we have to pass through, we have to. And it's going to happen whether we want it or not. This is what we call the karma. And the karma is the love of God. Because whatever we have done wrong in our life, due to our wrong understanding, to clear that, to grow, and not to make the mistake again, we have to pass in our own life through that. So, all the pains coming to us, our own cross, is a blessing for us to grow. When you accept it, when you don't react it, then you can first clear the problem and then pass the karma, and the situation is not going to repeat. But when we react because we don't want that, the situation repeats again. And there is another thing I wanted to share, yes, trying not to get too long, but there is one letter, the messages of 2007 who were given from Sri Mataji through the Sahasrara and Ukrainian yogis in 2007. In that messages, I will put it in the video in the description so you can download it if you want to read it. In the first message, it's like mother talking to the yogi and said, look, there was one yogi that came to me and told me, mother, if someone wants to kill you or to make something wrong to you, I will go in front of that person and just let that person kill me, but not to make something to you. So I'm ready to die to protect you. Just be in front and sacrifice myself to protect you. And then mother said, but it doesn't make much sense, because even if you do that, that person will still be there, and he will come after and attack me and you are not going to be there. And he said, no, Mother, I offer myself to sacrifice myself to protect you and be born again, and sacrifice myself and be born again and again eternally, sacrifice my life for protecting you because I love you. And this is the kind of surrendering that is the real surrendering. Not only sacrificing ourselves because we have to pass through this pain, this disease, this problem in our life, this difficulty economic-wise, whatever. Not only that, the real surrendering is be ready to sacrifice our own life eternally. Be born, tortured and died. Be born, tortured and died. Get the cross of Jesus Christ eternally. Because sacrificing, real sacrifice, doesn't have any measure, any measurement, any control, any limit. It's full sacrifice, full surrendering, full. Are we ready for that? Do we have that surrendering? Give ourselves completely. Not asking for blessings. The ego asks. The ego say, give me love. Give me this, give me that. But what is giving the ego? How he gets, he asks and gets, he grows. The ego becomes bigger. But when the ego gives himself, sacrifice himself for the love of God, gives his life, everything, he gets ready because he has to sacrifice. In fact, because what we call ego is only one lie, one illusion. I am not this person as you are not that person. What is here, this very moment, here, everywhere, pure existence. That existence, so very subtle, that is much more subtle than the space, much more subtle than the time, is, yes, the most subtle thing, formless, only existence, aware because has the power to perceive. How Patanjali used to call the spirit of the Atma, the one who perceives, who has that power to perceive. Only the Atma, the spirit, has that power, and is in us. We are perceiving because we are existence. And the ego has to become zero, sacrifice oneself. And that pain that we are facing in our lives, that difficulties, it's just the training. It's not the final pain, it's just the training. So just let's do the training right, accepting everything and melt into the love.